Are you looking for a way to watch local news without cable or an over-the-air antenna? The Haystack News app is worth a look.
In this Haystack News app review, we show you how to start using the app and customize it to your interests. We'll talk about what's on it and how to use it to stream local news for free. We'll also show you how to make Haystack News your screensaver on a Roku device. Stick around to the end where we'll cover what's different about the paid version. Let's start with how to find and customize the platform.
Haystack News is very easy to use, and it's available pretty much everywhere, from Roku and Fire Stick devices to smart TVs to Android and Apple computers, devices and smartphones. It's free to download and start using. Here we show you what it's like to launch it for the first time on a Roku device. When you open the free news app for the first time, you'll be prompted to select your interests. You can choose weather, current events, science and technology, entertainment news, business and finance, video games, international, and politics.
We'll select all of them so you can see what the experience is like with all Haystack News channels displaying. After clicking Next, you can enter your location and begin selecting your news sources. As you select items, the gray star will turn yellow. At time of filming, Haystack News has content from more than 400 sources, so you won't have a hard time finding news to follow. However, depending on where you live, you may not be able to access your local networks. This is one drawback of the free service. It doesn't have every local news station and may not have what you're looking for.
You'll notice a selection of local, national, and international news options. ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN, Newsmax, Reuters, Bloomberg, Cheddar, and Scripps News are just a few of the sources you can select.
It defaulted our location to a suburb a bit south of us, so we'll change it to somewhere more accurate. Just use your remote to arrow up to the location field and press select. Then type in your city name until it appears on the right and select the right option. After doing that, our sources didn't change, but yours might.
Next, you'll be prompted to sign in with Facebook, Google, or your email address. We were able to bypass it by pressing skip. Taking the time to create a free account allows you to have the same personalized experience across other devices, but if you'd rather not create an account, you don't have to.
Now let's look at the user interface and what the app looks like. The home screen is organized with a left-hand menu populated with the news sources you favorited. A search bar at the top left corner lets you quickly search for anything.
In the bottom left is your local weather. Time displays in the top left. A large window in the middle displays content from one of Haystack News' live channels. Click on it to remove the left and top menus. Along the top, you'll see tiles displaying stories from your headlines. This populates from the information you entered when you started using Haystack for the first time.
While watching anything, you can indicate that you like or dislike it by selecting the thumbs up or down icons. This is a good way to continue to customize the content you see on Haystack. You can also pause, rewind, fast forward, turn on closed captions, and launch the content full screen.
Arrowing down on your remote brings up options to take a poll, view recommended content, see top news, watch global news, business news, and stories from other categories. If you leave it on this view, the app will rotate through upcoming stories from your headlines. You can also click the Watch Next button on the bottom right to advance to the next story at any time. However, one drawback we found with the user interface was that it could be a bit clunky to switch between stories and see exactly where you were in the app at any point in time.
Yeah, it's clearly designed to keep a stream of customized news flowing in the background, but can be a bit cumbersome to navigate at times. Still, you do have multiple ways to access stories, which is nice.
For instance, you can go up through the top menu from the home screen and select an upcoming story that way as well. When you select another option from the left menu, the tiles on the top menu will change to show stories from that category.
One nice thing about the Haystack app is that you can browse for other content while the story you're currently watching plays in the large center portion of the screen.
The live option brings up live news that you can't fast forward through, and so you'll have to sit through ads to watch it. Now let's look at user settings you can adjust within the app. Select Settings from the bottom of the left-hand menu. Along the top, you can log in, configure your headlines, mute topics and sources, reset your location, change the time at which Haystack changes the view to full screen. It's defaulted to 20 seconds. Change the settings so that titles do not autoplay upon start, and see how to make Haystack your screensaver on Roku, which we'll get to in a minute.
You can also change the video quality from 240 to 1080p and send Haystack feedback about the platform. Now let's talk quickly about when you might want to mute a source on Haystack. This is a nice customization that Haystack provides you, so you can further tailor your experience to the most relevant news to you.
While watching anything in full screen, arrow over to the thumbs down icon. When you select it, 3 options will appear. You can mute topics, in this case SpaceX, or sources, ABC News, and you can tell Haystack that you want to see less of this.
Speaking of features, let's talk about one customization Haystack allows for Roku users, setting the app as your screensaver. If you want to be able to see your news headlines from the Roku home screen, you can try it.
To set it, select Settings from the left menu of the Roku homepage. Then select Theme and then Screensavers. Arrow over to the Haystack News tile and select it. You can preview, set it, and remove it as your screensaver from here.
Before we go, let's quickly cover the paid version of the Haystack app, or what it calls Premium Plan. For $5 per month at time of filming, you'll get all of the on-demand content on Haystack ad-free. You'll still see ads in all of the app's live news channels, though. There's honestly not much here, which is why it may be saying that your payment does things like help them stay independent and add more channels. Honestly, unless you absolutely cannot stand ads, we don't recommend paying for it.
Absolutely. Now, before we go, there's one other way to mention quickly to get some of Haystack News without the app, and that's through Google TV. As Verge and other outlets reported, Google TV added some Haystack News, Tubi, and Plex channels to expand its offering to more than 800 free channels. Some think this is all being done to beef up a potential fast hub on YouTube.
We know people want to spend less on TV each month, and fast services like Haystack are a great way to do that. Well, that does it for this Haystack News review. We know people want to spend less on TV each month, and fast services like Haystack are a great way to do that. Well, that does it for this Haystack News review. What do you think of the app? What's your best way to watch news without cable? Let us know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can get all our latest news and reviews when they drop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.